Okay, we're going to start now. Good morning. Welcome to Qigong at Common Ground. My name is Steve. I'm going to be substituting this week for Autumn, who is out of town today with her family, hopefully having a time in the North Woods. So if you're familiar with our practice at Common Ground, we practice our standing and moving meditation, Qigong, every Wednesday. Let's see. Okay. I can see and hear you. Good. Thank you. All right, good. So it's working. All right, so we're going to begin by coming to our standing pose, feet shoulder width apart, knees slightly flexed, hips tucked under, belly relaxed, shoulders down, chest open, chin slightly tucked in. You can keep your eyes closed. You can open them, or you can have them half closed. You can, if you wish, place the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth just behind your top teeth. This completes the circuit, the microcosmic orbit. I invite you all to come into your bodies today. Let's be in our bodies. Our bodies are our anchor. I heard a really interesting presentation, a dancer, Ohad Naharan, I believe his name is. He said, I'll paraphrase, something to the effect of, we really are our bodies. Our thoughts are not who we are. And I think that's a very Buddhist thing to say, because without a body, there would be no thoughts. So coming into our bodies, feeling the weight, centering in the Dantian body center of gravity, just below the navel. And we'll begin our warm-up practice by waving the arms back and forth. Simple arm swing. Arms come up about the level of the navel. And we coordinate all our movements with our breathing. And just for those of you who have different abilities, you may need to adjust all of these movements. You can do them sitting. You can use a chair or some other object nearby to touch for balance. Whatever you need to do, encourage you to do that. Pay attention to your own body. What is it telling you today? How does it feel? Focusing on those bodily sensations and the breath, the air around us. And bringing the first swing to a close. We go into the side-to-side arm swing, letting the arms fall into the body where they will. As we twist at the waist. And letting that one slow down. Third arm swing, raising the arms, letting one fall in front, one behind. And we just turn and stay out of the way. Thoughts arise, we don't latch onto them, just let them go. Stay in the body, grounded on the earth. And the arms fall into the sides. And our fourth arm swing, stepping lightly, opposite arm and leg. This is very playful, kind of Raggedy Andy movement, like a child running the grass. These arm swings are really great because you can use anytime, throughout your day. You're stuck in a line someplace, watching TV. Anytime you have to be sort of stationary for a while, you can stand there and do the arm swings. Get the heart moving, get the chi moving. Slowing down, coming to halt. Things settle. Bring the attention back to the dantian, the lower belly. Knees slightly flexed. Feeling our rootedness into the earth. Awareness to the breath. On the next exhale, let's just let the head roll forward, chin to the chest. Feeling a nice stretch along the back of the neck. And then tucking the chin, bringing the head up. Look up. And then back down to the neutral position. Right ear to the right shoulder. Left ear to the left shoulder. And then we'll let the head roll around. Again here, if you have any neck issues, you might want to support the neck with your hands. And, if you hear a lot of crunching and crackling, you actually might want to skip this movement. And then bringing the head back to neutral. Now we're going to let the head fall forward. I'm sorry. We already did that. We're going to bring the shoulders up toward the ears and let them drop. We'll do that 3 times. Breathing in. Let's do it again. And now rolling the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And then back, up, forward, and down. And then let's open and close the fists. Like you're shooting lightning bolts out of your fingertips, coming off to the side, breathing in as we come up. And now we come down. And one more round. And I'll bring the wrists up in front of the face and we'll roll the wrists one over the other, lubricating the wrist joints. And reversing, going the other way. And then let's just fling the wrists back a few times. And shake it out. Shake out the arms. Then move whatever way they want. All right, now let's bring attention to the back. This by reaching forward, curling the back, and then breathing in as we come back and open and unfurl. Picture those fern fronds that gradually open and uncurl themselves as the spine curves in and then it opens up, curves back. The vertebrae are allowed to stack up and make us a little taller. And one more time, reaching forward, breathing in, opening up, coming down. Now let's rub our hands together, generate some heat, and bring that heat to the lower back, just the kidney area, below the ribs there, and we'll do some more rubbing there, warming up the kidney area. In acupuncture, the Chinese medicine, they call this the Ming Men, the fire at the gate of life, this area of the spine, just kind of between the rib cage and the sacrum. And then take the rubbing down to the sacrum and the buttocks. And back up, and let's do some light tapping with a loose fist. Low back, down to the sacrum and buttocks. And back up. And more rubbing. And we'll take that rubbing down the back of the legs and up the front. And do that a couple times. And then down the outside, up the inside. Good. Now we are attention to the pelvic area. So here we're going to be swinging the tailbone forward and back. Again, keeping a slightly flexed knees and just letting the sacrum guide the movement as the pelvis tilts. Sacrum tucks under and then tucks back. And then we'll rotate the pelvis, starting with a kind of a small movement. And then we'll reverse that. And then if you want to reverse again, and we'll make that movement bigger, the whole body swinging around a big arc. Again, beware of your own limitations here. If you have any low back problems, this might not be such a great idea, but if not, it could be a nice way to keep things flexible. Going the other way. All right, and bring that to a close. Kind of going down through the body here. We're going to go down to the belly May. We're dog sitting this week, so he's very sensitive, and there's another dog outside barking now. Okay, ignore the little dog. So we'll bring our attention down to the knees, and we'll be rotating the knees, first one way. And we'll go the other way. And then stepping forth with one leg, we can rub around that knee. And a little light slapping around the knee. And end with some more rubbing. And stepping out with the other leg now. Rubbing around the knee again. Light slapping. And some more rubbing. And then we'll come back to our standing pose. Feet shoulder width apart, knees flexed. We're going to shift our weight to our right foot so that we can bicycle the left. So we're going to, again, here, if you need a chair to put your hand on for balance, that's totally fine. And after we've done about 9 or 10 of these, we can let that foot come down, shift the weight to the left, and we'll bicycle the right leg. And placing that foot, shifting again, pointing and flexing the left, and a few rotations each direction. And then shaking that leg out, let it move freely, however it wants to move. Placing the left, shifting the weight, pointing and flexing the right. Ankle rotations, each direction. And then shaking out the right leg, little free movement there. And then we'll end with this section of opening the joints with a full body swing. So here we're clapping overhead and then breathing out as we come down. So careful not to hyperventilate. We're going to do this one 10 times. Last one. Back to standing. Hands resting on the dantian. And we can gradually make some little circles around the navel with the hands. And let the circles spiral outward gradually, slowly. till it reaches the edge of the rib cage. And then you can reverse the hands, go the other direction, spiraling back in. You're just focused right around the navel, letting the hands rest right below the navel. Take the top hand, bring it back. So the top hand is now holding the center of the spine in the back, the Ming Men, fire at the gate of life. The hand in the front's holding the Sea of Qi. And these 2 points, acupuncture points, are very essential. And again, this is your body's center of gravity. This is where you are grounded from. We're going to now blend those energies. The Ming Men, the fire at the gate of life, is where the ancestral qi from our genetic line enters us. The qi hai, the sea of qi below the navel, is where the qi of this life accumulates. This is all Chinese medicine, of course. Believe it or not, it's your choice. But it feels good, right? So rubbing around the waist, and then brush down the front a few times, coming across the collarbone, breastbone, down the belly, down to the dantian and out. Now, again, we'll rub our hands together, generate some heat. And you want to put your glasses aside. Put the hands over the eyes, cut the eyes. Absorb that warmth from the hands. Appreciate the darkness. Breathing into the universe here. And then letting the hands part, coming across the brow and down the cheeks, down the jaw, massaging the face. And then raking the hands over the top of the head. The fingers. And then a little light tapping with the fingers all over the scalp. And then a little bit more rubbing, raking around the back of the neck, pinching the back of the neck. And then we can massage the earlobes, coming around, pinching on the ears, activating all of those acupuncture points in the ears. Good. Now coming back to our standing pose. Next segment we're going to go into is the detox segment. We begin with rattling the bones. And here we're just moving freely, like you're a puppet on a string, and you're just able to move in any way you want. The idea here is just to let everything loosen up, and all the emotional holding in our body can be loosened up. Anxieties, fears, stresses, worries, griefs, all of those things that we hold inside us can be loosened up, and we can let go of them. We don't have to let them dominate us. I would include in that letting go beliefs, thoughts, ideas, things you think are real but may not be. The body's real. The earth is real. The universe is there. The rest, I don't know. It's like clouds. In fact, you can envision all of those things that you need to let go of as like a dark, cloudy mist that you're going to expel. So now that we've got it all loosened up, we're going to breathe in and let it go. All right, lying down, breathing in, and let it go into the earth. One more time. And now reaching up, opening up the empty vessel, free of all the things that us back, the negativity, and opening up to the positivity, the free energy of the universe, pouring down. It's our birthright to be free, to be energized, to be healthy, to be at ease. Let that energy come down and bring the hands above the head. And see if you can feel something there, like you're feeling some of that positive energy coming. Holding it in a ball above your head. And then we're going to bring that ball down into the body like a ball of light and energy, fresh chi, energizing the entire body. All the way down the bottom of the feet and out into the earth again. And then we'll do this a few times. Sort of a chi scan, bringing the body, the hands down, we come down. Breathing out as we come down. If you need to breathe in, stop, pause, breathe in, and then continue coming down. I'll do it one more time. Skin down. And out through the bottoms of the feet. And we'll bring our hands now to rest on the dantian. Let's just stand here for a moment and let ourselves get rooted into the earth again. Chinese philosophers say that we are between heaven and earth. Humankind is that we stand on the earth and our heads are in the heavens and open to the heavens. Okay, letting go of that. So our next segment we're going to go into is our healing sounds. And I'll be bringing our attention now to the internal organs of the body. We're going to go through organs one by one. So this practice, we begin with 3 Ping Chi. So we breathe in as we come back and then out as we put our hands back. So breathing in. One more. And then rolling the shoulders, keeping the upper body loose. And with most of our breathing exercises we do, we're breathing through the nose with the mouth closed. And again, the tongue could be on the roof of the mouth, complete the circuit and to keep the energy in. If you have a lot of excess energy, you want to get it out. That's the breathing out part. But keeping the energy in is often the goal of Qigong. It's cultivating Qi. So the first movement we do is addressing the lungs, bringing our attention to the big organs here in the chest. Our first defense against the outside world, really. We breathe in, the air goes to our lungs, and our lungs have to be our defense against any pathogens that are in the air. So the color associated with the lungs is a pearly white. So this is a healing color for the lungs, kind of a mother of pearl or a full moon, kind of a glowing silvery white. The emotional range of the lungs is from grief, sadness, to courage. And the sound we make for the lungs is a very sibilant sound. It's sia, sia. So we make the sound, we breathe in as we come up, and then we make the sound as we move our arms out. We'll do this one 3 times. Breathing in, sia, sia, sia. Good. 3 ping chi. Roll the shoulders. Then bringing the hands up over the lungs, whatever way is comfortable. Bring our good thoughts, good wishes, healing touch, inner smile, loving kindness to these big organs that protect us, provide us with oxygen and chi from the air. May they be free from grief and sadness. May they be courageous, facing the world. Okay, then from the metal element of the lungs, we're going to follow back to the water element of the kidneys. Organs just below the back of the rib cage in the back, the lower back. The color here is a dark blue, indigo blue, kind of the color of the deep ocean. The emotional range of the kidneys is from fear, fright, to equanimity and calm. So the sound we make for the kidneys, the healing sound is chui, chui. So we breathe in as we rub, and then we make the sound as we come forward and out. Do it 3 times. Breathing in, chui, chui, chui. Good. 3 ping chi. Rolling the shoulders. And then hands up by the kidney, whatever way is possible and comfortable for you. Bring some loving touch, healing touch, loving kindness, and an inner smile to the kidneys, wishing the kidneys well, free from fear and fright, open to calm and equanimity. And then bringing the attention from the water element around to the wood element. And this is the season of the wood element, spring. We're coming into its season, I should say, later this month. I guess we're in meteorological spring already, but solar spring starts a little later this month. And that's the wood element time, the time of green. The color of the liver is a green, a blue green that gradually transforms into a full lush green. So what does wood want to do? What does the liver want to do? It wants to move. It wants to grow. It wants to create. And so anything that stifles that creativity can be frustrating. Frustration can lead to anger, and that's the negative emotion of the liver. Can be very angry if it's frustrated. But if it's open and free and moving, it can be very creative and beautiful. So that's what we wish for this big organ here on the right side of our rib cage. The sound we make for the liver is sure, and we do this when we have our hands, backs of our hands together. We come up, and as we come down again, we make the sound. Okay, here we go. Sure, sure, sure. Good, repeat G. Roll the shoulders. And then bringing the hands over the liver, whatever way feels comfortable. Feeling touch, loving kindness, inner smile. Wishing the liver well. Free from frustration, open to creativity. Open to growth, personal growth. And then leaving the wood element, we come to the next element in five phase theory, which is the fire element, the heart. Big organ in the center of the chest, works hard all day. Big red color, ruby red. And the emotional range here is from bitterness and even hatred, animosity, to openness, joy, compassion. The heart loves to be joyful and compassionate. And compassion brings us joy. So the sound we hear the heart is ho or ha. Kind of see what resonates with you. Think of it as like a laughing sound almost, like ho, ha, what feels like it resonates in your heart. So we do this when we breathe in as we come up, we make fists as we come down, and then we make a sound as we come back up. So we'll do this one 3 times. Breathing in. Ho, ho, ho. Repeating chi. Roll the shoulders. And then bring the hands over the heart. Bring the inner smile, healing touch, loving kindness, compassion for our own heart. Our hearts are open. They will be wounded. We must be compassionate for that wounding. Let them heal. Maybe be safe. And from the fire of the heart, we come down to the earth element, the spleen stomach, kind of on the left side of the lower rib cage. So here the color is an amber yellow, earthy colors, and the emotions that affect the spleen and stomach are anxiety, worry, overthinking, those kind of activities of the mind and the emotions can inhibit the ability of the spleen stomach to absorb the chi from our food. So we need to remind these organs and this part of our psyche and our mind and body that we can be accepting of the way things are. We don't have to be anxious and worrying and overthinking and, oh, should I do this or that? No, it's fine. Do what you do and it'll be fine. So the sound we make for the spleen stomach is whoo, and we just do this one time. Begin with our hands down, breathing in as the right hand turns up, the left hand turns down. Turning to the left as we breathe out, breathing in and holding it for 10. Reaping chi. Rolling the shoulders. And then bringing the hands to the spleen stomach area. Feeling touch, inner smile, loving kindness. These hard-working organs. You know, we never think about what our internal organs are doing unless they start to malfunction. They just keep working for us, doing their job. We wish them well. And the last healing sounds is for the entire body. And here you can picture like the skin encapsulating everything, all the blood vessels, nerves, bones, internal organs. The sound we make here is just it's just the sound of the air passing over the vocal cords. We're going to do this one 10 times, so be careful not to hyperventilate as we just breathe in as we come up. We'll do it 9 more times. One more time. Coming back to the standing pose, placing the hands in the Taoist prayer circle, left palm up, right palm down, below the navel. Let things settle. Feeling that circulation of chi inside the body. Through the lungs, the kidneys, the heart, the liver, spleen, stomach, all through the body from the head to the toes. Circulation of energy. Chinese medicine, they say, where the qi goes, the blood follows. But what guides the qi? The qi is guided by our awareness. By bringing our attention there, bring the qi there. The qi there brings the blood there. The blood makes it heal, nourishes, defends. Okay. Now we have about 15 minutes left for the 18 movements of Shibai Shi Qigong. You can loosen up a little bit, just do some stepping lightly here. As we prepare for our 18 movements. Coming back into our Qigong stance, feet shoulder apart, knees flexed, hips tucked, belly relaxed. Chest open, shoulders down, chin slightly tucked, tongue on the roof of the mouth. And we begin by waving arms by the lake, so the arms just float up and they float down. Breathing in as we come up, breathing out as we come down. Next time our arms come up, we open up, extending the breath, opening up and closing up and breathing out to come down. Opening at the top of the mountain. Last one, we'll close the arms in and down, and then we come up again. We come all the way up overhead, and then bending to the right, we're swinging the rainbow here. The one hand comes down, the other hand comes over the top of the head. Body forms a big arc. And once more on each side. Arms come down, crossing in front of the knees, coming up and parting the clouds. Big circular movement with the hands. Breathing in as we come up and breathing out as we come down. And last one, coming up, breathing out as we come down. And then we turn to the right, open our arms up. Right arm comes forward, left arm comes back. Coiling silk on air. In the middle of this movement, you'll notice both hands are at the plane of the body. It's one of the Buddha's mudras, poses that you often see, statues of the Buddha. And the hand coming forward is no more important than the hand moving backward. See if you can divide your attention between both of them or be aware of both at once. And one more on each side. Arms come down. I'm going to get a drink. So arms were out in front. We're grabbing the big oars to row across the big lake. Squatting down, breathing out as we come forward. And up overhead. And one more time. Come up to standing. Right hand scoops the sun out of the ocean and raises it to the left as we turn to watch it come up. And here we pivot on our feet, shifting the weight from one foot to the other. And the next time you come to the left, bring both hands up. Both feet stay planted now. As you bring both hands up, gazing at the moon. And then bringing that to a close, hands come down. Form loose fist at the waist. Right hand pushes forward, twirls and pulls back. And one more time on the left. Hand comes back, arms come down, right hand comes up to the left and then floats by like a cloud. Left hand comes up and it floats by like a cloud. It's called cloud hands. And 18 movement Qigong. Martial arts, it's called warding off. If you sped it up, you could ward off blows, I suppose. Excuse me for all the coughing. I don't know what's come over me. And comes down, stepping out on the left, scooping in front of the left foot, and opening up, scooping the ocean to look at the sky. And one more on the side, scooping, coming up, stepping back, stepping out with the right, scooping the ocean to look at the sky. Back, stepping out again with the left and pushing waves. And once more, pushing, pulling back, stepping out on the other side, pushing waves. One more, pushing, pulling, stepping back. One more time, stepping out on the left, opening up, reaching out and then opening up. Gentle dove spreads its wings. And one more time, reaching, opening, stepping back, stepping out on the right. Dove spreads its wings. One more time, reaching, coming back, stepping back, arms come down, loose fists at the hips again. And here we're staying, the hips stay stable as one arm comes out, twists and turns and comes back. Gentle dragon emerges from the sea. And one more on the left, coming back. Arms become like wings, coming down and crossing, coming up. And you can come up on your toes, flying wild geese. Last one. Arms come down. Arms become like windmill blades. So we're turning from the waist here. And do about 3 in one direction and then reverse and go the other way. And bringing that to a close. Coming back to standing. Let things settle a second if you feel dizzy. And then we're going to shift the weight one leg and raise the other leg, opposite arm and leg. Walking on clouds. And last one. The final movement is breathing the fragrances of the earth. So we do this one 3 times. Breathing in, breathing out as we come down, and then breathing in again as we come up. Over the top of the head, down the front, back to the dantian. Do it 2 more times. And letting the hands rest there at the dantian. Feeling the accumulated benefit of this practice there. The energy is in the body. Let go of the thoughts, the feelings, the negative emotions. And we're grounded here in this body. And then bringing our hands up to the heart. And being grateful for this teaching, for a line of teachers who have brought us this form of Qigong, for the common ground community, the Sangha that nurtures us and provides this service. And to ourselves for showing up today to take care of ourselves, community. May we be at peace. May we be healthy and at ease. May we be filled with compassion, courage, calm and equanimity, and accepting of the road in front of us. And as we wish this for ourselves, we wish it for everyone, all beings, without exception, our community, our world, our universe, and all beings be at peace. Bring the hands back to the dantian. Left hand, open palm on the left. Right hand, loose fist. We bring those together. We bow down to that meeting. Thank you all.